Hey YouTube, it's your girl Lock Looney Tune. I'm coming through today to do this tag that I got from my brother JT, MrJaytee 1982. He did a tag that he got from the Foxy J A47. So and the tag is called Watch Them Dogs. And from what I seen, it was 11 questions. And I'm just get started on this tag because I want to get through it pretty quickly because I don't want to be dragging things out. So number one, what percent would you say you trust people? In the beginning, I don't trust people at all. And that's just the person I am. I mean, for me, it's you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And if my first impression of you is that you're not such a great person to be around, or you're not such a great person to be involved with, then my trust level will be low. But in order for you to be connected with me, then my trust level gradually will increase depending on how you treat me, how we treat each other, and the connection between the two of us. So it depends. I mean, it starts at 0 and then it can escalate. So I mean, that percentage could be all the way up to 100% that I trust you, and it could be to the point where I don't trust you. I barely trust you at all. It could be as small as a 5%, to where I'm always on my guard. So I mean, initially, my thing is to not trust anybody initially. DTA, don't trust anyone, in the beginning. But, trust has to be built. So, answering that and moving on to number 2. Do you have more male friends than female friends? Okay, in the real world, well, out here, I have more male friends. And in the YouTube world, I have more female friends. And actually, I like it like that. I feel as though that I connect more with men just on the fact that they don't really have well, the ones that I talk to, they don't really have any type of hidden agenda. We find things that I have more things in common with a man than I do with females. And I just don't connect that well with females. Now, on YouTube it's different because it's different. You get to actually see more of who the women are on YouTube really are, and you get to familiarize yourself with them and who they are as a person. So I've been able to connect with many women as well as men on YouTube, but more women on YouTube and more men in the real world out here. Okay, moving on. Number 3. Have you ever been jealous of anyone? I have not been jealous of anyone. I have been slightly envious of things that people have done just because I want to do those things too. May not be exactly what they're doing, but basically to go in the same direction. As far as people on YouTube, I've been envious because I see them losing weight and I see how the transformations have, affected them mentally, emotionally, physically, and that's what I want. So, jealous, I don't think jealousy is a good word, because for me, jealousy just means that you want exactly what that person has in the exact same way. Like, you want to make exactly as much money as that person is making. I don't want to make exactly how much you make. I want to make what I want to make, and I want to be successful. Man, I don't think there's nobody out here in this world that wants to be successful at anything that they do. And when they see other people do it, it just makes you more motivated. So I just would say just slightly envious, not necessarily jealous. So moving on to number 4. How would you rate your body? With clothes on and with clothes off. With clothes on, depending on what I'm wearing. Like, depending on the clothes, depending on how they fit. If I got myself a nice outfit and I think I look okay in it, then probably I say maybe a 6. On a scale of 1 to 10, a 6. With clothes off, being as though that I'm on a weight loss journey, I would say I'm right now, I'm like at a 2. A 2 or a 3. Because I'm not there yet. I'm not where I want to. I'm not at the point where I look in the mirror with no clothes on and I'm like, man, I look alright. No, I know I look. No, it's not there. It's not there, and it needs to get better. So when I get to a point, when I can look in the mirror, with no clothes on and say, damn, I'm like a 9. I'm like a 8 or a 9. Then I know that I can be more confident in my goals on my journey right now. So that's pretty much how I feel. On number 5, do you consider yourself a cutie pie or sexy? I consider myself a cutie pie. Sexiness is pretty much like, I think JT said it best when he said sexiness is more like, when you say sexy, it's more like a overconfidence or conceited type thing. I mean, you can be sexy in certain clothes and certain stuff that you wear, but just for me, I do think that when you say, man, damn, I'm sexy, when you know you really on a weight loss journey and you really need to push more, I just think that just for me, I'm a cutie pie right now because cute in the face, big in the waist. So I just think that's pretty much how I feel about that. Number 6. What phrase do you remember? What phrase that you remember the most that your mom or dad used to say? Well, not my mom or dad because, I didn't have a great relationship with those people. But, I didn't have a great relationship with them and I wasn't raised by them. But my grandmother and my grandfather, I remember my grandmother mostly saying, and she would say this all the time. So when people say like, amen, she would say, amen, Brother Ben shot the rooster and killed the hen. Don't ask me where it came from. I don't know where it came from. She country. So I don't know. I don't understand the whole. It was like amen, and then there was that whole emphasis on it. So I was like, amen. Brother Ben shot the rooster and killed the hen. Don't understand it. But it's just something that stuck with me. Another one, I guess, was she used to tell me, and I think I said this in another video, though, that she used to tell me that if somebody was to mess with me, like in the street or anything like that, being as though I was a girl, a young lady at the time, she was like, if anybody try to mess with you in the street, you haul off and you find the closest thing, you pick it up and you knock them in the head with it. And that's what I would do. I guess I walked down the street a little more with a little bit more confidence because of that. Because I know that in times of, the times that we live in, anything can happen. So I make sure that I make sure I'm aware of my surroundings. So when I look around and somebody try to mess with me, I'm going to try to find the nearest thing that I can put in my hand and just be like, bow. So that's like I think those are like 2 phrases that I can remember. Number 7. Yeah. Do you have children? Yes, I have children. I have 4. I have a 17, about to be 18 years old. I have a son that just turned 13. I have another son that's 11 and will be 12 soon. And I have a daughter that is 7 years old. Yes, I have 4 great, supportive, crazy children. So, number 8, is there anyone in your family that you do not get along with? There are a few, but we keep our distance until the holidays come around, and then it's time for you to go back to where you came from, and it's time for me to stay where I'm at. Number 9, can you take criticism? Okay, number 9 is number 9 is a little weird for me, and it sort of ties in with number 8 as far as there anyone in your family that you did not get along with. I have a relationship with my sister, and our relationship is okay. And my sister just recently moved, like, literally around the corner from where I live. Now, if you know anything about relatives, then you will know that it's not good for them to live that close unless you have an extremely good relationship, and it's not that good that they live close by. My sister, well, my sister is the type of person where, as though, she has to criticize everything that you do. No matter whether it's just for you, she has to criticize everything that you do. She has a criticism about every single thing that anyone does. And every time she comes over to my house, she has some type of issue with whatever it is that I'm doing. You know, whether it's the way I look, whether it's the way I dress, whether it's the way I cook, whether it's the way I'm doing something on the internet, anything. She always has to put her 2 cents in. That is a particular characteristic that I do not like about my sister. It's the worst. And sometimes I just want to say, hey, I'm doing it this way because I want to, and because I can, and because I'm grown. So that's pretty much the relationship we have. But other than that, our relationship is pretty okay. But that's pretty much that. Number 10, do you make friends easily? Actually, I do. I make friends easily because I'm straightforward and blunt with them in the beginning. Like, I don't sugarcoat anything from the beginning. So they automatically know the type of person I am from the beginning. They don't get to know me as a person, and then later down the line I start to say things to them and they be like, well, wow, you wasn't like this in the beginning. Nah, I'm going to give you the full 100% from the very beginning, so that way you can make the decision whether you want to be associated with me or not. And then it usually works out because they see that I'm real genuine, they see that I'm truthful, and they see that I don't, I'm not trying to hurt them intentionally. If I see something, that I'm not really, happy with, that they may do. And at the same time, I don't make it seem as though that if my friends are doing something that I have to do it too. I don't give in to peer pressure or anything like that. Like, if some of my friends are doing something and I'm not interested in it, then I'll just say I'm not interested in it. But I don't lose friends like that. Like, I don't lose friends. I still hold on to the people that I had because I appreciate their input about certain things. And then I also, I give up my own input. And I genuinely care about other people's welfare. So that's pretty much one of the reasons why I make friends easily. Number 11, and the last question is, how do you feel about greeting your best friend with a hug? I really like greeting my best friends with a hug. I'm pretty touchy-feely as far as good friends are concerned, and family members and stuff like that. I'm pretty well, my immediate family members. I'm pretty touchy-feely about that, and I really do like, showing appreciation and showing affection for them with a hug. Because, I mean, why would you not? That's pretty much, it's a good greeting. A handshake is a little distant. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So that is all 11 questions. I will put those 11 questions down at the bottom in the description box. And then I will pass it on to anyone who wants to do the tag. So if you guys want to do this tag, feel free. I would love to see the tag and love to see you guys opening up about this. All right. So until next time, I'll holler at you guys. Peace.